Welcome all. This is Ashok Kumar Sarvepalli. We have been discussing in our aptitude series mensuration for the last 4 sessions. The first 3 sessions I have explained you all the concepts on mensuration, the formulas, and how each and every formula have been derived. Now in the 4th session, that was the previous session, we discussed the first 4 problems. Now in this session we shall start from a 5th problem. Alright, so what the 5th problem says: the edge of a cuboid are in the ratio 1:2, 2:3 and its surface area is 88 centimeters square. You need to find the volume of the cuboid here. Okay, alright. So what a ratio means, what a ratio is. They have given the edges of a cuboid. You know, in the cuboid you have a length, you have a breadth, and you have a height. That's what about a cuboid is, right? So your cuboid generally it will be like a duster is a good example of a cuboid, as you know. So if you see this is a cuboid, in a cuboid you have this, maybe the length, and this is a breadth, and this is a height. Okay, it's a rectangles. So 6 rectangles you have in a cuboid, 6 faces of a rectangles. So if this is length and this is breadth, this side will also be length, this is breadth, and so on. Okay, alright. So the ratios are given. Ratios are not the absolute values. It is the comparison of the quantities between length and breadth and height. So your first task here is to find the absolute value in the question. It is given that the edge of the cuboid are in the ratio 1:2:3 and its surface area is given as 88 centimeters square. Let that quantity be x, the ratio, that particular quantity, let that particular quantity, the ratio quantity, let the ratio quantity be, let the ratio quantity be x. So if that is the case, your length into breadth is to h is given as 1:2:3. It is given as 1:2:3. If at all it is 1:2:3, you will get that, let that length be x and breadth be 2x and height be 3x. What is the meaning of 1:2:3? The length can be 1 centimeter, breadth 2 centimeter, height 3 centimeter. It can be, length can be 2 centimeter, then breadth will be 4 and height will be 6. If length is 3, breadth will be 6, height will be 3 times again, 9. So it varies accordingly. Okay, you need to find what is that exact quantity. How to do that? One information what is given is the surface area of the cuboid is given. So you know the formula for total surface area we derived, because 6 rectangles are there. 2 times of LB, 2 times of BH, and 2 times of HL, which is nothing but 2BH plus 2HL plus 2LB, which is equal to 88 centimeters square, which is given in the question. Alright, so 88 centimeters square is given in the question. So you know that what is B into H? B into H will be 2x into 3x, right? And you will know that what is H into L? H into L is nothing but 3x into 1x. You know that what is L into B? L into B is x into 2x, everything in terms of 2 times. So the total surface area is equal to 2 times of length into breadth, which is x into 2x, which is nothing but 2x square, and then H into L, which is nothing but 3x square plus, and finally L into B, which is nothing but 2x square. Alright, so you have B into H. B into H should be 6 actually. So I assume this is L into B. So L into B is the first thing I am writing, 2 and H into L. All the 3 combinations you need to put. So it will be like 6x square, which is equal to, you see it is 88. So will that 2 plus 3 plus 6, which is 5 plus 6 is 11x square is equal to 44. So x square will typically bring you down to 4. So x is equal to plus or minus 2. These are the ratios and it cannot be negative, so it should be positive. So when x is equal to 2, you know that the ratio is nothing but x to x and 3x. So the actual values will become 2, 4 and 6 if you substitute x here. So this is nothing but length and this is nothing but breadth, and on the other hand this is nothing but your height. Alright, so you have length, breadth and height. Length is 2, breadth is 4, height is 6. So to find the volume of a cuboid, you know that What is the volume of a cuboid typically? Which is nothing but L into B into H. So what is L? 2 into 4 into 6. So which is nothing but 8 6 are 24, 48 meter cube or centimeter cube accordingly. Centimeter square is given. So it is nothing but centimeter cube. Alright? Okay. I will explain you again. The edge of a cuboid are in the ratio 1:2:3. Ratios are not the absolute values. You need to find the exact thing. So what is the exact value? That is why we used the surface area formula and found out it is 88 centimeter square is equal to the surface area of the cuboid. Then we found what is the x, and we find the absolute values for length and breadth, height, in order to find the volume of the cuboid. So that's what we got it finally as 48 centimeter cube. Fine. Alright. Now we move on to the second question. Fine. So the cone of height 9 centimeter with diameter of its base 18 centimeter is carved out from a wooden solid sphere of radius 9 centimeter. The question is the percentage of the wood wasted is. So you see in this question, you have a wooden sphere, solid sphere of radius 9 centimeter. Okay, and you are making a cone out of it by cutting the sphere. And the cone, whatever you are making is diameter is 18 centimeter and height is 9 centimeter. After you carve out of the wooden box of wooden sphere, and you will be having some sphere left out, which is treated as wastage here. I want that the percentage of the wood wasted. So how will you find the percentage of the wood wasted here? The percentage of the wood wasted is basically the sphere you take, right? The actual volume of the sphere minus the amount of volume of the sphere that made to a cone divided by the volume of a sphere. That thing is a percentage waste. Yeah. So if you see volume of a cone, which is nothing but carved out of that sphere, carved out. Okay, so this you need to find first, and you need to subtract with actual volume of a sphere before carving out, right? Actual volume of a sphere minus this, minus volume of a cone carved out. That will give you volume left out in the wooden box, right? Left in the wooden box, sorry, wooden sphere. So you have a wooden sphere and you are carving a cone out of it. So volume of a sphere minus volume of a cone that been carved out, you have a volume left out in the wooden sphere. That particular volume, whatever you have, is a wastage. Okay. So how much percentage is wasted in the sense, how will you find how much percentage is wasted? So volume of left out in the wooden sphere divided by the actual volume that is being present. Volume of sphere into 100 will give you the percentage of thing that got wasted. So first thing what you need to do, we need to find the volume of a sphere as per the criteria here. So volume of a sphere is nothing but radius is given as 9 centimeter. So volume of a sphere is equal to 4 by 3. You know that 4 by 3, it is nothing but pi r cube. So it is nothing but 4 by 3 times pi into what is r? 9. So it is given as 9 centimeter. Sphere of radius 9 centimeter. If you see, from that sphere only a cone is being carved out. So it is nothing but 9 into 9 into 9. Don't multiply anything now. You can do it finally. This is for sphere. And now coming to cone. So how much of cone is being carved out of that wooden sphere? Height 9 centimeter and diameter 18. Diameter is nothing but 18 means its radius will be 9. So volume of a cone will be 1 by 3. If you see, it's 1 by 3 pi into r square h. So height is h, r is also, height is 9 here, and r is also, if you see, it's 9 only, because diameter is given as 18. So 9 into 9 into 9. Now typically you're going to subtract these both. That will give you the remaining amount of wood left. Amount of wood left is equal to volume of the original sphere minus the volume of a cone that been curved out. So I'm going to subtract these both. When I subtract this both, I'm going to take 1 by 3 pi commonly outside. Also I can take, if you see, I can take pi by 3 commonly outside when you subtract these two, and also I can take the triple lines commonly outside in these both. Yeah. So when I take triple line commonly outside, it will be 9 into 9 into 9. Okay. So bracket, and I have 4 only here, and I don't have anything here, so it will be 4 minus 1. Okay. So alright. So when I have this 3 and 3 will get cancelled. So I will have, the answer is 9 into 9 into 9 into pi. This is nothing but the amount of wood left in the amount of wood left. If you see, this is the amount of wood left. When you subtract these both, you will end up in taking these items common, right? So you will be taking 4 by 3 pi 9 into 9 into 9 minus 1 by 3 pi 9 into 9 into 9. So when I take commonly outside, like 1 by 3 pi 9 into 9 into 9, I have 4 here left out, I have 1 here left out. So it is nothing but 9 into 9 into 9 divided by pi. So this is the amount of wood left. But the question is the percentage of the wood that is being wasted. So which is nothing but the percentage of the wood that is being wasted is, you need to actually divide it with the amount of wood left. So amount of wood left is equal to the wood left equal to pi into 9 into 9 into 9. This is the amount of wood left actually finally. And the actual volume of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi into 9 into 9. Just nothing but 4 by 3 into pi into 9 into 9 into 9. Alright. So this is the actual volume of the sphere. Fine. So now the volume wood left, this is called nothing but, this is the wood left, which is nothing but the percentage that is being wasted. So typically when I cancel everything out here and top, I have 4 by 3. 1 by 4 by 3 is nothing but 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 is nothing but into 100. 75% of the wood is being wasted actually in this question. 75% of the wood is wasted. Alright? Okay. I will explain you again. The cone of height 9 cm with diameter of its base 18 cm is carved out from a wooden solid sphere of radius 9 cm. So a wooden solid sphere of 9 cm is there. So volume of a sphere will be 4 by 3 pi r cube typically. So that is what I have written here. 4 by 3 into pi into 9 into 9 into 9. And from this sphere, a cone is being carved out. So you need to find the volume of the cone that is being carved out. Height 9 cm and diameter of its base is 18. So 1 by 3 pi r square h is the volume of a cone. Pi into 9 into 9 into 9. R square 9 into 9. Height is 9. And I'm going to subtract the amount of wood left with the amount of volume of a sphere minus the volume of the cone is the amount of wood left. So it will be typically, when I'm taking commonly outside initially. So pi 9 in 9 and 9. When I subtract, give a minus sign here, there will be common things. By 3 is common, pi is common, triple nines are common. When I take outside, 4 minus 1 will be, and 3 and 3 will get cancelled. So the amount of wood left is pi times 9 into 9 into 9. And the question is amount of wood that been wasted. So wood left is equal to the percentage to find pi into 9 into 9 into 9 divided by the actual volume that is being initially started. That is the volume of a sphere, which is nothing but 4 by 3 into pi into 9 into 9 into 9, which is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So when I cancel everything, I will get 3 by 4, which is nothing but 75% of amount that would be wasted. Fine. So in this tutorial, we have seen the 5th and 6th sums. So in the next tutorial, we will continue from our 7th sums. Thanks for watching.